Hi, I'm Yael from Papaya Heart, and beside me sitting Barry Danser. Hi Barry.
Hi, how are you?
Fabulous. Well, thank you very much for agreeing to the interview today.
You're welcome.
Fantastic. Now Barry, you are a Tai Chi practitioner.
Yes, that's right.
And before I'm asking you a little bit about yourself, but you actually created a video, a DVD about Chi Gong. So why don't you tell us a little about yourself and prior to Chi Gong, how you arrived to it, and so on.
Yeah, well, I never thought I was going to get into anything like this. I used to go to the gym, go swimming, do a bit of running with my friends, and then I had a car accident and ended up with severe whiplash. I used to walk down the road and I could hear crunching up down in the neck.
Ouch.
Lovely. I just didn't know what to do, but fortunately the guy that ran the gym was also a Tai Chi instructor, and he said to me, look, you know, the only thing you can do is try this. So I did. Prior to that, whenever I thought or looked at Tai Chi, I thought it was really, really stupid. These guys waving their hands around in the air, absolutely meaningless. And it is, if you don't learn it properly, you don't understand that each move has a meaning, has a martial application, but not just a martial application, you get a feeling because you can imagine that you're actually moving something. And if you don't understand this, so it's quite complicated, it's 108 moves. And not everybody wants to do it, but as well as learning that, you know, it was about, you know, there was some warm up for the Chi Gong. We do Chi Gong to start, and then we're going to the Tai Chi, you know. So we use that, and I noticed that a lot of the effects that I got, feeling of energy, a feeling of waking up and feeling good, came from the Chi Gong. But I still studied the Tai Chi. I've been studying the Tai Chi for 25 years. But I do like to do the Chi Gong. And most people I know like to do the Chi Gong. It's just that Tai Chi 25 years ago was the one that started to gain interest, although, like myself, I didn't know what the hell it was. It was just something I did. And people, you know, there was a sketch made probably around about, I don't know, 20 years ago or something, Griff Rhys-Jones and Mel Smith. And he's doing this, he's waving his arms in the air in this sketch on television, and Griff Rhys-Jones comes on and says, well, what are you doing then? He says, well, I'm doing Tai Chi, aren't I? He said, what's Tai Chi then? He said, well, Tai Chi is the art of directing traffic in the park. You know, and this whole thing, and then people laugh. It's a normal reaction, people laugh, because they say, that's what Tai Chi is about. Of course it isn't, but it's all of a sudden you see something which makes you think, and that's what you have to learn. And Chi Gong, you can basically just do it. You don't need to think about complicated moves and moving step forward and step back. There are Chi Gongs which are complicated, but not the one that I teach. The one I teach is for somebody to come in. If we do a course, it's a couple of hours, 2 or 3 hours, and you know the whole thing. You get a DVD, you go off and you practice it forevermore, and you just feel that it's doing some good for you. And I've had people, I've taught this on cruise ships actually.
Okay.
And I had one guy, and he was like doubled over like this, you know. And I said to his wife, "What's wrong with him?" He said, "I can't get him to stand up." And I said, "Well, you know, what's wrong with him?" I moved him around and I asked him to straighten up, and he could straighten up, but he just had this habit of moving forward, that after 2 weeks of doing Wake Up and Breathe, he was standing up straight, you know.
This is fabulous. It's great for posture.
It's great for posture because, well, the first thing we do is get them to stand up straight. Now, it's such a simple thing to do, but people don't do it. And it's the way you do it, and it's the way you breathe into it that's the most important thing.
Right. So you created the DVD called Wake Up and Breathe, and it's 5 minutes to fitness. So does it really take only 5 minutes?
Yeah, only takes 5 minutes.
And anyone can do it?
Well, this is the whole thing. I've on the DVD, I've made sure that we've got a set being done standing up. At the same time, on an inset, there's a sitting down procedure, so that everybody can see that how to do it standing up and sitting down. And if people are in wheelchairs or are disabled, they've got walking sticks, and they don't really feel safe even standing up doing a standing still procedure like Wake Up and Breathe, they can sit down. And I I would still show them a way of exercising their legs even sitting down. So they don't lose out, they can just progress from there later.
That's fabulous. Now, I am on a daily basis, I'm going for 30 minutes doing a power walk, which is quite I don't want to say strenuous, okay, but it's certainly build up sweat. When would you recommend to do a Chi Gong, before or after?
It's a very, very good question. As far as stretching is concerned, there's a bit of an argument. I've got some friends of mine that run gyms and stuff like that, and they say you should stretch before, and other guys say you should stretch afterwards. I certainly think you should stretch afterwards. I think that wake up and breathe would be very good at either end of the spectrum, but certainly if you want to use it at the beginning, because what you're doing is you're going to get the knee joints moving, and the fluid, the blood flowing through the joints, and also the synovial fluid inside the joints starts to move, and that's better to get it moving before you start walking on them, and the joint is rubbing all the time.
That's true, thinking now the winter is coming as well.
Yeah, of course. And the whole warm-up thing is very important. The thing about warming up beforehand is very important. So I think, probably stretching at the end, warming up at the beginning. If you don't warm up, you've got the risk. Right. It's not guaranteed that you're going to hurt yourself when you go for a walk, but you've got the risk that as it gets colder, you could pull a muscle, or you could certainly damage the knees over the long term.
Brilliant, thank you for that. So we know now the benefits, physical benefits. What about mental benefits? Now, the reason I'm asking you is because you've got other businesses as well, and I'm wondering whether the Qigong actually helped you in some way to be more productive, to be more relaxed, to be more focused. Shed some light here?
Yeah, actually I've been invited on several occasions when I've been to property seminars, because I also do property, to stand up and get everybody energized. So we do a couple of exercises, and people laugh at some of the exercises. We make them tap themselves to get the energy going and stuff like that. And they go, wow, and they start laughing because it's fun, and then they sit down and they're much more awake, especially if they've been working all day, and then they come to this seminar and they're supposed to be fresh, and they can't be because they've been working all day, or been running around all day, or just come off the underground. So we give them a little bit of energy, and then they can sit down, and then therefore they'll probably get more out of the seminar as well.
This is fantastic. So if you wanted to get hold of one of your DVDs, how are we going to do that?
Okay, well, you just have to go onto the website, which is www.wakeupandbreathe.com. That was an advert. And you can also, if you don't want to buy, you can still sign up for the newsletter, and you can also get some free exercises, some slightly different ones than the ones that are on the DVD, but there's some exercises that you can try before you buy. So it's all there, and there's lots of stuff, blogs and stuff that I put, lots of information, not just about Tai Chi and Chi Gong. In fact, I've got an article that you've written that I'm about to put on. I haven't put it on this week, but you wrote something really good on one of your blogs, so I've decided to use it.
Okay, well, thank you very much. And is there anything else you wanted to add?
No, I think that's it. I think everybody should just wake up and breathe. Just go to wakeupandbreathe.com.
Wakeupandbreathe.com. Thanks a lot, Barry. Yael, Papaya Heart.